Where are they? Because hold on, wait. All right, there we go. Found it. Hey, Justy. Uh, sorry, I had to delay the stream for a bit. I was having lunch. But hey, Aiden. Hold on, wait. Is the volume doing it right? All right. Anyways, so a couple days ago, released I finally released this Cookie Run themed FNAF fan game that I was working on for a few months. Uh, it would have gone out earlier if I didn't procrastinate, but it's finally out now, and I'm streaming. I'm doing a developer commentary uh on my birthday because the poll said so. So yeah, this game. Okay, okay. This game kind of has a bit of a strange backstory behind it. So basically, I had this idea that just randomly showed up in my head. What if there was a Cookie Run themed FNAF fan game that took place in Strawberry Crib Cookies cake shop? It would have made sense because they're known for creating waffle bots, and Five Nights at Freddy's involves both animatronics, and it's inside of a restaurant, so it was basically perfect. Thanks, Justy. And I decided to make the gameplay like inspired by Five Nights at Chuck E. Cheese's rebooted because I well, one, because I thought I would have made it a bit different from my other fan games, and also the cake shop is kind of small, so there was only a small amount of cameras in the game. And I was originally gonna keep this like a secret project. I wasn't gonna talk about it much until like it being near its release. But a well-known Cookie Run YouTuber by the name of Hyper Himes uploaded a video on April 1st about him playing through Five Nights at Cookie Run Kingdom, which is this other Cookie Run themed FNAF fan game that apparently has existed a year before I started working on this, and I did not know it existed. I thought the game I was working on was the first ever Cookie Run FNAF fan game, kind of like how Five Nights at Disney's was like the first ever Animal Jam FNAF fan game, but not really. But I mean, then again, Five Nights at Cookie Run Kingdom is literally just a Five Nights at Wario's clone. Literally the only like it has a lot of sounds and music that are ripped straight from the Five Nights at Wario series, and a bunch of other like stuff relating to Five Nights at Wario's. Literally, the only difference in that game is it decides to throw in a music box at the fourth night, and the game crashes after the fourth night. But you've already seen that one stream I did where I played through the whole game, and after seeing that video, I was like, "Hey, that reminds me." I was like, "Oh, that reminds me." Fun fact: I'm actually working on this. I am also working on this Cookie Run FNAF fan game, and that apparently gave me a little more motivation to work on it. I also decided to sneak in a few Five Nights at Cookie Run Kingdom related references in the game that you'll probably see later. So anyways, let us begin with cutscenes that are try to be accurate to Cookie Run cutscenes. These ones are kind of like a mix between old FM Break cutscenes and Kingdoms cutscenes. So yeah, even after the game released, I still kind of cringe at these because I am not good at replicating personalities that cookies would have. Although I tried with Strawberry Cookie by just watching a bunch of the cutscenes that they were in. You know, I'll just skip this. I'll just skip the opening cutscene, so we can just move on. And this is why I decided to play on my birthday, because the plushie gets replaced with an epic plushie whenever you play on my birthday. Also, the phone calls, they're with text instead of voice acted. Because, I don't know anyone out there who could do a Strawberry Crib Cookie impression. And, this was sort of inspired by, like, this other, like, FNAF fan game that's on Roblox. I forgot what it was called, but it was about this, like, abandoned store, this abandoned supermarket. Aiden introduced it to me one time, and, it was fun. I always wanted to play a FNAF fan game on Roblox that wasn't, like, a clone of an existing FNAF game. And, that's the closest we have to it. Anyways, yeah, like I said, it has 5 cameras. I didn't want it to be a complete... I didn't want it to be completely ripping off of Five Nights at Chuck E. Cheese's, like... So, like, we have some other gimmicks that weren't in that game. To try and differentiate this from it. Like how there's this, Oh darn, I need to update the text a bit, because, it's supposed to... Okay, yeah, there's this window, and if you go to the back, there's like a door, just like in that game, but you don't need to hold it down. It's the window you need to hold down. And also there's like a light. And there's also a generator, which is inspired by a minigame from Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom by Dave Microwaves Games. I forgot to put him in the credits, gosh darn it. I might have to update the game right after this stream. But you pull this down and yeah, you regenerate a bit of power that you lost. I was having trouble with like balancing the game's power drain, and like how it would drain power and how it was, because especially since this exists, I didn't want to remove it. One of the reasons why I didn't want to remove it is because of something that we'll see later. Alright. Anyways, the cake bot. Okay, there we go. The cake bot is now moving. Cakebot 2.0 is probably the only character who's active on night 1. It's easy to deal with. It just goes to the door and then you shut it. Anyways, got some drawings over here relating to some lore-related stuff. I'm not gonna explain what's going on in this game, though. You have to figure it out. it's already at channel 3. I think... okay, I think the Cakebot's only gonna go to the door like once on night 1. Because it's already 4 a.m. right now. Yeah, there we go. It's at the door. Oh yeah, the alarm noise the door makes, it's inspired by another FNAF fan game on Roblox. FNAF Co-op, I believe. Do it. There's usually a quiet sound cue that plays whenever it, like, beeps. It should be. There we go. Oh, I forgot to update the... Okay, there's another thing I need to update. Anyways, this is one of the reasons why I didn't remove the generator. There's this, we have a results screen that happens after every night. And basically, if you get all these, checked, then you'll get, like, a little star on the night. And basically... Oh yeah, you're playing as... Oh yeah, I should probably explain Waffle Cookie. So, there's a current OC I made. I decided to add in, as, like, the Night Guard you play as in this game. He was originally, like, a cyborg, but then I decided to, retcon and change him into, like, a Night Guard for this game. Anyways, what I was about to say was the stars on the nights basically just unlock, characters on the custom night. Also, beating nights and earning stars, grants you, decorations in the office. Yeah, they're back. So beating night 1 just, gives you this Cake Pound plushie in the back. But getting a star on it also gives you this Cakebot plushie over here. Anyway, Strawberry Cookies notices that the robots have been moving around at night. Actually, they're in, like, a different spot. They don't know that they moved around on their own. Oh yeah. Kickbot is already active from the start here. And there we go, the icing droid, the vanilla icing droid is up. And the chocolate one should show up later too. There's like 2 different types of icing droids in this game. Well, technically 3, but one of them's exclusive to the Custom Night. The icing droids are basically a Balloon Boy. They're basically a Balloon Boy type characters, where they'll basically like try to mess with your mechanics. The vanilla one will like go to your office, and you need to shut the window, or else it will like blind you and prevent you from doing anything in the office. Essentially puppies, but they just. And the chocolate one will just act similarly to Daisy from Blitta's Casa, where it'll like go to a random camera, and if you stare at it for too long, then that camera will be like blinded for a bit. And that also counts as the camera being like damaged. So you don't want that to happen if you're trying to get the star on the night. It'll also prevent you from using the camera flash on that camera, which can be a problem whenever with the lighter nights, as there will be characters later on that use the camera flash or require it. So you can use the camera flash on the Choco Icing Droid and it'll go away. Oh, there it is. And it should leave. Yeah, there we go. Bye. Oh, there's the Choco one. Yeah, the Choco one will just go to a random camera, and do not stare at it for too long. And both icing droids on camera 1. I should probably explain the power. So, every night starts with 100% power, obviously. The generator recharges like 50% power. You'll automatically drain power slowly, but it drains faster whenever you have the window shut, or you're using the cameras, or you have the door shut. There's no way to see you. Oh yeah, I forgot the camera flash also drains a bit. Like, as I'm about to show you, if I could find. Yeah, it drains about 5% power. I remember before I started working on this game, I wanted to make a FNAF fandom that had sort of this kind of vibe, like some sort of like ice cream parlor or whatever. And I know this is Cake Shop and not an ice cream parlor, but like it has like a similar like wallpaper. Either that or I just had Goofy Goopers in mind when coming up with that. Okay. that the door now? I don't think it'll matter because it's almost 6 a.m. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I need to change the... After the stream, I need to update the game, because the 6 a.m. Thing does not look good. The only reason why it's like that is because the thing with TurboWarp is if you like import like a custom font, it won't work properly on Scratch. And even when you like and even if you like use the TurboWarp link on that Scratch project, it still won't load the fonts. So I had to make all of these bitmap, and sometimes I'll just forget to do that on some. Anyways, this is the only time I'll receive Custard Cookie the Third in this game. Just 2 lines in a cutscene, but at least we see more cookies in this game. Speaking of which, I said this in like the scrapped content part of extras, but there were more cookies that were planned to appear in this game through like cutscenes. There were like Gingerbread, Wedding Cake Cookie, and Espresso Cookie. Gingerbread did have like a vector and was in an older version of the opening cutscene, but that was scrapped. The other two just were either like mentioned in a already existing cutscene in this game, or were mentioned in a scrapped cutscene. Another cookie that appears here is Strawberry Cookie, but I already skipped the opening cutscene where she showed up in. Anyways, it is night 3 now, where we start using the camera flash more often for some of the characters. The Top-End Machine A should show up in camera 4 in a little bit. But there's also another character who shows up in channel 3. I'll start talking about them when they show up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we beat Night 2, and that gave us a Sugar Gnome plushie. And then the Star on Night 2 gave us this Icing Droid plushie. So now, yes, all the plushies you could click on, and they squeak. Because I just really like having, just things to click on to make funny noises in FNAF games. Oh yeah, there they are. There's the Top-End Machine. There was originally going to be 1 in this game, but then I decided to add a second one later on. Mainly because there's no real reason to use the camera flash on channel 5, unless if it's for like the Choco Icing Droid. So yeah, basically for the Top-End Machines, you use the camera flash on. Oh yeah. Okay. Icing Droid got me. By the way, this is all icing, by the way. This is meant to be icing. So don't be comparing these to, like, anything else, okay? Anyways, yeah, basically whenever the Ice Droid, whenever the vanilla Icing Droid blinds you, you cannot do anything. But unlike the Choco Icy Droid, it doesn't really like impact your rating on the. It doesn't impact your score or whatever, however you would say it. Your night results. There was originally going to be just a regular ranking system in this game. Oh, hey, look, we got an Easter egg. There's Pompon. Yeah, there was originally going to be like a regular ranking system, like the stars replaced an S rank, and there was also like an A rank, a B rank, a C rank, and a D rank, depending on how well you did during that night. But I decided to scrap it and replace it with the stars because, like, for various reasons, one of them being like, it would make the save system less complicated. Anyways, basically what the Icy Droid A would do is it would go all the way to channel 3 and try to enter your office, and once it enters your office, it'll like prevent you from closing the door, and then after a little bit of time, it'll jump scare you. Originally, when it would go to the door, you were originally gonna like be able to stop it and like make it go back by like having no lights on and staring at it. But I decided to scrap that because it would like make the camera flashes a little redundant. Oh, there we go. Speaking of camera flashes, the character that I talked about earlier just showed up. So yeah, basically, I knew people were gonna be like upset that there weren't gonna be like any cookies you see during the night in this game. So I added a brand new cookie called Thief Cookie who will like appear on channel 3 and would try to break in and like steal stuff. And yeah, basically after they would steal something, they would like turn off the power by smashing the breaker right here. And originally they weren't gonna do that. They were only gonna like steal stuff, and that was it. So, which would impact your rank. And basically, if you were trying to get a star on a night, then you need to pay attention to them. But on custom night, the ranks don't really matter, so it would make them seem kind of redundant. So I decided to also add the fact that they would also like mess with the power afterwards to try and punish you. So that would make them much more of a threat. And I knew adding a robber to this game would be interesting. Oh, there's another bug. Oh yeah, there's not always going to be a cutscene after every night. So I don't really know any FNAF fan game that would just add someone trying to break in, like some sort of like burglar trying to break in during the night. Aside from like one that I think was like made on with Dreams that was themed around different YouTubers that Games came and played one time. I don't really remember what it was called, but there was like a part on one of the nights where like there are these groups of robbers with like a robotic dog who like try to break in. I think it would. It's kind of weird that not a lot of games do that because I mean, part of the reason why you're a night guard in the first place is to keep robbers out. Anyways, beating Night 3 gave us a rainbow mushroom, or rainbow shroom, however you would say it. And getting a star on it will give you this Top-End Machine plushie. Anyways, this is Night 4, which I think would introduce Deckerbot and the Decorbot and or the Top-End Machine B. I don't really remember. They both show up. They both start showing up on channel 4, so I'll keep a camera on there. Daddy left it empty-handed. Oh heck! That's what happens when they break in. We'll go to one of the cameras, either camera 1, 2, or 4, and try to steal something, and you can use the camera flash to ward them off. And the door would stay open for the rest of the night, but that doesn't really like affect your rank. Maybe I should keep the cameras focused on channel 3. Nope. Someone should show up on this night. I don't remember who, but they're not showing up. Happy birthday, thanks. Oh darn. I don't think anyone shows up on this night. Because it's almost 3 AM and no one's showing up. Oh, there we go, there we go. There's the Deckerbot. So basically the Decorbot will just go to the window like the vanilla icing droid, but would attack you. And you can't actually damage them. I forgot to mention that some of the waffle bots in this game can be damaged. Basically, if you like timed it a bit too late and it starts going through the window, you can like sort of break it using the window, and it would slow it down. Or would it speed up? I don't know. Oh! I just saw that. So, if you saw that, that was a Shadow Crypt cookie, who is basically this game's equivalent of Golden Freddy. They originally weren't going to have much lore significance. They were just going to be a Golden Freddy type character for the sake of it. Actually, originally, I wasn't even going to add them to the game. Originally, I only was like gonna have the Forgotten One from Five Nights at Treasure Island for a very rare chance. But I didn't want people considering him to be the Golden Freddy type. Oh darn. Oh darn. We're already at 4% power and it's 4 a.m. I'm gonna have to start at 5 a.m. Oh look, I have to do some more bitmap related stuff for the update. Okay, I'm gonna keep the cameras at channel 3. Maybe I should like nerf maybe I should like nerf the camera flashes a bit. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about the waffle bots. They're all based off of different types of waffle bots that already exist. Like the cake bots are based off of that one waffle bot that we like see with strawberry crepe cream. I don't know what it's called, but it sort of like it kind of reminds me of a dog a bit. A second. The icing droids were based off of the Waffle Goliath. Ironic because they're really small in this game. The Toppet Machine A is based off of a Barry Bishop, and the Decorbot is based off of are they a Vanilla Cone Legionnaire? I don't really remember. I don't really remember what they were called, but they're like one of the most basic waffle bots here. They're probably also like one of the first waffle bots you see too in the Cookie Run Kingdom. Nope. Oh! Yeah, I should probably talk about that. So one of the characters I wanted to add to the custom night was a cookie version of Photo Negative Mickey. But I couldn't add him in because there were only like 5 cameras in the game. And each camera has some